capitalized defensively that time. And they knock him down back around the 17. It's going to bring up third down now, about 7 yards to go for West Monroe.
Sterlington 27, Menard 7. Oak Grove 35, Mangum nothing. Farmerville 39, Livonia 0, and no score on Delta Port Sulphur.
Other reports on area games, as here it's 16-0 the Rebels late in the third quarter. Football to the Ouachita 17, third down 7 West Monroe, and Tucker's handing off to JJ. He is hit in the backfield and losing big yardage back at the 23.
Oh, was he nailed?
Just as he took the handoff, he was leveled by Jay Ashton, a very big recruit for Ouachita. Many schools looking at this guy, 6'3" and 235 pounds, and he really punished JJ as he got the handoff. The Rebels now have fourth down. Fourth down, about 13 yards to go with the football back at the Ouachita 22. The Rebels are asking for timeout. Let's keep it here this time as we will once again provide our thanks to Scooter Pleasant and all the fine folks at CenturyTel. All of their help in these West Monroe football broadcasts. Also, we want to thank CenturyTel for helping provide the live audio stream for the game on our website, www.y106.com. And we do truly have listeners all over the world. We get reports all the time of the folks that enjoy listening to West Monroe football all over the country and indeed even across the sea.
Well, you're exactly right. Davey Norris, my cousin, listens to every game on the radio, and he knows as much about West Monroe football as anyone, and he's not able to be here around all the action, but he keeps up on the internet listening to the games and different websites, and so he really is a fan, and he can talk West Monroe football with the best of them.
Those are fans, all right.
I want to say hello to my pastor, David Youth. I'm not sure if he was able to make the game tonight, and congratulate him. He got a 14-point about a day or two ago.
He did not.
He did indeed. I saw the picture.
14 points?
14 points.
Well, I know David Youth wouldn't tell a story, so he must have done it, even if you hadn't seen the picture. Fourth down and 12. The Rebels, Tucker passing over the middle of the pass, is caught, but short of the first down at the 15. Ouachita is going to take over the football. The reception is by J.J. Johnson, but he was hit immediately and hit and dropped at the 15-yard line where Ouachita will take over on downs. So they have stopped this Rebel drive. Josh Jenkins made the tackle on J.J. Johnson. He had made the catch of the pass from Tucker, but he was leveled immediately at the 15. So with 17 seconds remaining in the third quarter, Ouachita takes over the ball at their own 15-yard line, trailing 16-0.
Great tackle by Josh Jenkins and a great stop by the Lion defense to keep the Rebels off the scoreboard and out of the end zone.
And it keeps Ouachita in the game, Jim. That score probably would have done it for the Rebels.
Shotgun.
Garvin in the shotgun this time, and he has the snap, and he fakes and rolls. No, it's Gray with the ball, and he's going to be knocked down for a big loss back at the 7-yard line. The Rebels get to him, and Travis Gray is down as Chase Sanders got to him and made the tackle back around the 7-yard line.
I'm not sure if that was Case or was that Mims' voice. We'll check and see. Whoever it was, that was just a tremendous play as Lucas Jackson once again is going off the field.
The third quarter comes to an end. Benji insists it was Case. We'll check it and we'll be back with a final period of play. It's 16-0 the Rebels. You're listening to West Monroe football.
Throughout North.
And he's out. Going to be knocked down around the 15 or 16-yard line. So again, it was Travis Gray running out of the shotgun formation. Gray is hit about the 15-yard line. So we got some of that previous loss back. And now the Lions will have third down. We'll say 11 yards to go from their own 15-yard line.
And Bill, when you get a chance, give us an update on Lucas Jackson, the leading tackler for these West Monroe High School Rebels and the leading tackler by a large margin.
This cramps, Jim, just down there working on him, got cramps. He's nothing physically wrong with him as far as an injury, just has some cramps, and they're trying to work on that, get those taken care of.
Well, we're glad to hear that's all it is. Now here's Garvin back in the game, down under center. It's third down, 11 Ouachita at his own 15-yard line. Garvin fumbles the snap, picks it up, and he goes down at the 15-yard line.
It's still loose.
Rebels may have it. He fumbled the ball. Rebels have it. West Monroe recovers the ball at the 15-yard line, and Ricky Gio is on the ball for the Rebels. The Rebels take over at the Ouachita 15. Gio is having a great game. Pounces upon that loose ball.
I tell you what, Des Abrams come up big early with a couple of interceptions, one that was called back. And, of course, Glenn Trail has a couple of fine interceptions, but Rick Gio has played one of the best games I've seen in a long time.
By the way, Benji wanted me to make sure we corrected it because that earlier big tackle was by the linebacker Mims Boyce, and he got it. We want to get it right. Here we go. West Monroe first down, the Ouachita 15. Back to pass Tucker. He throws complete. It's Taylor. He lost the ball. He dropped it. It's incomplete. He had it just a moment, and then he lost the handle. It is ruled an incomplete pass. And a good thing, too, because Ouachita had picked that thing up after he lost the handle on it. But it is an incomplete pass to make it 2nd and 10 for the Rebels at the Ouachita 15 with 11 minutes remaining of the game. And West Monroe leading Ouachita in a good game, 16-0.
Taylor was in the slot, and he just ran straight down the field. A quick pass from Tucker, and he was open, had a chance to score had he held on to the football. It was knocked loose by a Lion defender.
Single running back is going to be Banks back there. Tucker back to throw, fires. The pass caught at the 5. In for the touchdown is J.J. Johnson. Another score for J.J. He made that grab of the pass, and a beautiful pass from Mitch Tucker. And the Rebels add 6 more with 10:54 to play in the contest.
Just an outstanding throw and catch that time by J.J. Johnson. Coach Showers and Coach Stone, they split, really spread this Lion defense out with 4 receivers, and they hit J.J. on the seam.
15-yard pass from Tucker to J.J. Johnson. Let's check in with Bill.
Well, guys, if you get a chance to see it on the replay, credit Mark Banks with a big-time block as he kept protection for Mitch Tucker as he was able to get that ball out in the flat to J.J. Johnson.
Lee Deal has added the extra point and will return to Ouachita Lion Stadium. It's 23-0. The Rebels, you're listening to West Monroe football.
Hi, everybody.
J.J. comes up big again and a fine pass from Mitch Tucker. And West Monroe has a 23-0 lead now over these Ouachita Lions. What's been a good, hardly contested football game. Very hard played football game. Here's a kickoff by Deal, bouncing and picked up by Gray. He'll return to the 20, 25, 30, and Gray is going to be stopped at the 32-yard line. So the Rebels knock him down. A good return again by Gray out beyond the 30. Michael Peterson made the tackle, and Ouachita will start its own 32-yard line. But now only 10:46 left in the game. The Rebels enjoy a 23-0 lead and finally beginning maybe to breathe a little bit easier about this ball game. It's been a good one.
Well, I'm certainly breathing just a little bit easier up here in the booth. By the way, Todd Garvin has had some success throwing the ball, Frank. He's completed 4 passes for 122 yards. That's
right.
A pretty hefty per reception average, but he's had 3 big interceptions.
Most of that passing yardage has been in the second half, too, in tonight's game. Here's Garvin with his team in an I backfield. Double tight this time for Ouachita. They're going to give it to Williams, who runs straight ahead. He gets only a couple of yards, maybe 3, out near the 35-yard line. So Brandon Williams, 180-pound junior fullback. And that offensive line, Jim, for Ouachita is very young. In fact, only 1 senior is in the starting lineup in the offensive line for these Lions. They should be tough up front next year.
I guarantee you that. They go 236 with a sophomore, 291 with a junior, 230 with a junior, and 205 at right guard, a junior.
Junior center Clay Bennett, 6'2" and 230, leads them to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down, 7, Ouachita at its own 35-yard line. Quarterback Todd Garvin is going to take the ball and fake. Quick pass over the middle is batted down and incomplete. Almost intercepted as one of the Rebel linebackers backing off got a hand on that ball. And that was Michael Peterson, who's in the middle playing in place of Lucas Jackson, suffering from those cramps.
And Michael, with that big cast on his hand, I think it's still there. That affected his ability, I think, to come down with that ball, but he did a great job, was in good position. They were trying to hit, looks like the tight end, and just a little quick opener.
So Ouachita, 3rd down, about 7 yards to go now from their own 35-yard line. They'll send 2 receivers wide to the left side of the field. No running backs behind Garvin. 3rd down and 7. Garvin dropping back. Rebels after him, passes away, and it is caught out around the 40. And a 1st down reception at the 43-yard line is going to be number 8. That's Bradley James. Garrett Frost runs him out of bounds, but a 1st down reception by James and a good pass by Todd Garvin. 1st and 10, Ouachita, the Lion 43-yard line.
And Frank Lintrell Ware came within about 12 inches of having his 3rd interception, and had he caught that one, he would have taken it in for a touchdown. Just throwing over his outstretched hands, and Glentrail is limping now, and he's going off the field. Lucas is coming back in.
Hey, our thanks to Twin City Imports for their help and bringing you these West Monroe High School football games. Remember Twin City Imports on Louisville Avenue at Monroe. Here's Ouachita, 1st down, its own 43-yard line. Run the option. Garvin gives to the fullback. Not much. He's going to be hit and stopped at the 44. Maybe a yard, maybe not even that. In heavy traffic that time for fullback Brandon Williams. Mims boys The weak side linebacker, 209-pound junior, is there on the tackle for the Rebels. Let's call it no gain. Second down, about 10 yards to go from the Ouachita 43 for the Lions.
I want to say hello to a couple of ladies who always listen to the games, Diane Hopkins and Jean Lee, also Marion Keaton. When she's not at the ball game, all of them listen to the ball games on the broadcast.
Second and 10, Ouachita, zone 43. Quarterback Todd Garvin, again faking. He's back to throw. He is hit as he throws the pass away, and Gray is down there, but he can't get to it. It is an incomplete pass. Gray on the fly across the middle that time, and couldn't quite catch up to the football with D.J. Holloway on the coverage. So it's going to be third down and 10 for Ouachita at its own 43. And again, Gio with good pressure on quarterback Todd Garvin.
Todd Garvin, had he had just a little bit more time, I think he would have connected with Travis Gray, because as you mentioned, he had a step or two on D.J. Holloway. But as you mentioned again, Rick Gio applying the pressure. He threw it a little bit before he wanted to.
Quarterback Garvin is down in the center, but again, no running backs behind him on third down and 10. Let's see if the Rebels come after him. He's back to throw it. He passes down the field. This pass is overthrown and incomplete, intended for Lewis Carter across the Noah Bradley James across the way. It's fourth down and 10 for the Lions now. Let's see if they punt it away.
Frank, it looks like there's a penalty flag at about the 34, way back there. Maybe the 25-second clock expired, or maybe the West Monroe had too many men on the field. I'm not sure.
Yeah, they'll gather to...
Is that a flag at the 34? It looks, there's a yellow hanky down there.
Yeah, there's something going on. There's a discussion going on, and here's the indication from the official. They're going to wave it off. It just slipped out of his pocket. No penalty.
Fumble on the referee.
Fumble on the referee. Hey, we wished happy birthday earlier. We'll do it again to Stone Johns. He is celebrating his 7th today. Nikki and Jamie John's son.
Also want to
go ahead, Jim.
I want to say hello to Lonnie Stewart, who listens to all the games on the radio when he's not in attendance.
Okay, we're getting another score here. Neville ahead of John Herrick, 21-14. That's a good one.
Rustin and Barb still tied at 14.
Fourth down, Ouachita not punting. Fourth down and 10 from their own 43-yard line. Garvin is faking. Quick pass over the middle. Has his man. First down reception down to the Rebel 40. He fumbles. Rebel recovers the 38-yard line. Rebel's going to get it, I think.
Yes.
Ouachita had completed the pass for the first down. But I think it was to Brandon Williams, but they fumbled the football as they were hit, and it's recovered by Michael Peterson for the Rebels. West Monroe takes it over after the Lions would have had a first down. West Monroe's football at its own 38-yard line.
Well, you know, every time Ouachita has a big play, it seems like something bad goes wrong at the end of the play or on the next play or two. Just a tough break for the Lions there.
So first down, West Monroe, its own 38. And here's Mitch Tucker and company operating with the football out of the pro-I formation down the line of the option. Tucker's going to slip and fall. He will go down for no gain as he was running the option that time. Justin Fortenberry bumps him down. It'll be second down about 10. May have even lost a little bit on that play. We'll call it second down about 10, though.
And Mitch has 13 carries for 62 yards on the ball game. By the way, Barb High School has gone in front of the Ruston Bearcats, 21-14. Of course, West Monroe, if they hang on with this 23-0 lead, will meet the winner of that Ruston Barb football game at home.
It'll be at home either way, so we'll keep an eye on that one. Here's Tucker back to throw and firing. His pass is caught with a short gain to about the 42-yard line, only about a 3-yard gain on the play, as Adam Barfield with a diving reception. And it'll bring up third down about 7. The clock will continue to run, though, with 8:08 to play in the game and running, and the Rebels ahead 23-0.
Good job that time by Barfield just to catch the ball. He was thrown a little bit behind him. He had to come back, and he just barely peeled that thing off the carpet. Great job. Good hands.
Turner, who made a big catch early for West Monroe, and Barfield are wide to the right side of the football field in the slot on 3rd and 7. Here's a give off inside. Running the ball is Taylor, I believe, across the 45 to the 48. It's J.J. And J.J. Johnson is knocked down short of the first down, but out to the 48-yard line. It'll be fourth down, about a yard and a half to go for the first down. Let's see what Coach Don Schaus does here with 7.5 minutes to play.
Frank, it looks like he's going to go for it. He and Coach Stone. And I tell you, J.J. was a shoestring tackle that time from maybe taking it the distance.
Fourth down, a little more than a yard needed for the first down. About a yard and a half to go, and the Rebels indeed will line up to go for it. High backfield, Banks the fullback, J.J. Johnson the tailback, Mitch Tucker down under at quarterback, takes the ball, and he will fake and keep it himself. He is hit, but he fights forward, and a first down across the 50 to the 49. And Jim, a great run by Mitch Tucker. He broke a tackle at the line of scrimmage and fought his way across the 50, and the Rebels a first down at the Ouachita 49-yard line.
14 carries, 65 yards for Mitch Tucker, but 6 of those carries, Frank, have resulted in first downs, and that keeps the chains moving.
And the stats will only give him 3 yards on that run, but what a great run it was.
Tremendous run it was.
It was a fourth down play. Here are the Rebels with a 1st and 10 at the Ouachita 49. Clock running with 6:47 to play and a 23-0 lead over the Lions. Quarterback Mitch Tucker with an eye backfield, a slot eye. Quick pass out here. It is caught. That's going to be McPay. He's inside the 45, and he's off his feet at about the 44-yard line. That's going to be about 5 yards on that completed pass to the senior wide receiver, Miller McPay, who came into tonight's game with 17 catches on the year. And I think that's his first catch of tonight's game. As he gets 5 down to the 44, it'll be 2nd down and 5 yards to go.
Frank Tucker is now 8 of 14 for 91 yards and 1 touchdown, no interceptions throwing the football.
Plus some very good runs in this football game.
Oh, no question about it. 14 for 65 on the ground.
2nd about 5 for the Rebels at the 44. Here's Tucker back to throw it again, and he fires. It's incomplete. In and out of the hands of Michael Turner. Hit him right in the hands. He just didn't catch it that time.
And folks, you might want to take note of that. That's the first pass I've seen Michael Turner drop in a long, long time.
Well, you know, that was an easy catch. He sometimes does a better job catching the hard ones.
Well, he does that. He does a good job just catching just about anything, but you're right. He makes the tough catch look routine.
It's 3rd and 5 for West Monroe after that incomplete pass with the football to the Ouachita 44-yard line. And here we go. Barfield is wide right. McPay will be wide to the left side of the field. No, Turner goes left. Into the backfield, Banks and J.J. pitch it out to J.J. Sweeping right. He's at the 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, J.J. Johnson for the Rebels. He goes the distance. And a big block, Jim, by Mark Banks.
And let me tell you, Mark Banks absolutely leveled one of the safety men, and that sprang J.J. on that touchdown. Give all the credit to J.J. for the fine run, but Mark Banks with the assist there. And Bill, I tell you what, Mark Banks has picked it up in the second half.
Long.
44-yard run by J.J. Johnson. The extra point is blocked, so the score stands with 5:49 to go. We'll be back. It's 29-0, the Rebels. This is West Monroe football. It's going to be Carter this time at the 20. He is going to be going down about the 22-yard line. So Ouachita will take it there, but with 5:42 remaining now in the football game, the Rebels lead at 29-0 and will be headed next week to the 3rd round of the playoffs. We don't know if it'll be Barb or Ruston, but the last report, Jim, Barb had the lead in that game.
Barb has the lead, 21-14, 4th quarter, about 4 minutes remaining, and Barb has the football. Not sure where, but they have the football.
So Ouachita's Lions, first down, their own 22-yard line. Ouachita will end its season with an 8-4 season and a good football team, a good solid season for Ouachita this year. As they advance for the 2nd year into the 2nd round of the playoffs. Last year they played Evangel in the 2nd round. This year they had to take on West Monroe. Here's Garvin passing upfield, and the pass is going to be incomplete. Intended for Bradley James, who cannot quite bring it in. So bring it back to the 22. It'll be 2nd down and 10. That's a pretty tough chore both years in a row, having to take on Evangel last year and West Monroe this year in the 2nd round of the playoffs.
It doesn't get much tougher than that. I tell you what, Ouachita would still be in the playoffs if they played just about any other 5A team other than West Monroe.
I think so.
Great job by J.R. Hayden applying the pressure on Garvin that time, and I think the coverage was provided by Jared Frost.
Lions 2nd down and 10, their own 22-yard line. Garvin, who will finish a very solid, fine career here as the Ouachita quarterback, a 2-year starter, fakes and rolls right, Rebels after, passes back the other way, caught, but they're going to lose yardage on the play. It didn't catch it. It's an incomplete pass. It's going to be good because they'd have lost yardage anyway on the play. Carter had made the catch, but it was on one bounce, so it'll be ruled incomplete. Bring it back to the 22-yard line of Ouachita, where it will be 3rd down and 10. With 5.5 minutes to go, and the Rebels ahead 29-0.
And Lucas Jackson, Glenn Terrell Ware, both in the ball game, so they appear to be okay. Apparently, both of them were suffering from cramps.
We went through some concern earlier. Not sure about the situation with Lucas, but Bill reported just cramped and okay. 3rd down and 10, the Lions. As Garvin will take that football and give it to the fullback Williams, who blasts across the 25 and bangs it out to the 30-yard line, but he's hit there short of the first down by a couple of yards. 8 yards on the play as Desiree Abrams, the 163-pound junior defensive back, makes the tackle for West Monroe. And the Lions are now going to have 4th down, a couple of yards to go at their own 30-yard line.
And Bill, if you get a chance, see what Brady James thinks about this performance tonight by his former team, former school, that is.
4th down, a couple of yards to go for Ouachita. Here we go. Garvin down under, takes the ball, gives to Williams again, and he's hit near the first down stick at about the 32 or 33-yard line. Going to be close. They may need to measure, and that was a 4th down play as Mims Boyce, the junior linebacker, made the hit along with defensive tackle B.J. Simmons for the Rebels. They're going to bring the chains out. This one's going to be close.
What do you think, Bill?
Yeah, they're going to stretch those chains out as they put them down. Ouachita, that was a 4th down play, and it is going to be extremely close. It is going to be short. The Rebels will take over the football. They will take it to the Ouachita 33-yard line.
And I think we've got the second team offense coming onto the field.
Hey, our thanks to Scooter Pleasant and CenturyTel for all their help in broadcasting these Rebel football games, and also for loaning us Benji for helping us spot here tonight.
Yeah, he was a little rusty, but he did pretty good.
Well, you better watch it. Craig's going to be slipping up on him, huh?
Justin Folks, I said the second team offense, really the second string quarterback, Justin Folks, as Chase Bostic held that position before his injury, and Justin's in the ball game now.
Justin Folks, head quarterback for the Rebels. The junior quarterback takes that ball and pitches out. Sweeping left is Taylor. Hit it inside the 30, 25, 20, the 15, the 10-yard line, the 5, and Taylor scores! Demario Taylor with a toss sweep running to the left side and scoring from 33 yards out. And the Rebels have 6 more with 4:32 to play in the game.
Just a great individual effort that time by Demario Taylor. He shook off a couple of would-be tacklers, and then he just turned on the speed, and no one was going to catch him.
Let's go to the field. Check in with Bill.
Well, I think the only thing that we need to work on is our extra guy. Maybe we can get an extra point here on this play.
Lee Deal going to try it once again. Barfield's going to hold. There's the snap, the placement. The extra point is in the air, and this time it is true. We'll be back. It's West Monroe 35, Ouachita 36, pardon me, I can't read the board. 36, Ouachita nothing. You're listening to West Monroe football. Back to the 15, Lewis Carter. No, it's not. That's Stewart at the 20. He's at the 25, and down there is Stewart as Des Abrams makes the tackle for the West Monroe Rebels.
Also Edward Dade, number 1 against number 1.
So again, Ouachita take the football, and with 4:19 to play, the Rebels a 36-0 lead. Look forward to their 3rd game of the playoffs. It's been a good battle tonight, though. Again, like the game earlier, Jim, this has been a closer game than that final score is going to look.
I agree. The score just not indicative of how hard these two teams played tonight.
Ouachita 1st down, its own 26-yard line. High backfield behind senior quarterback Todd Garvin. He'll pitch it out, and they'll sweep left. Carter has the football, running left.
Nice
he's
cutback.
Back across the 30, 35, 40.
He's going to go.
45, midfield. He's going all the way. Carter to the 40, to the 30, to the 20, to the 15, the 10, the 5. And Lewis Carter is scoring for the Ouachita Lions.
Frank, it looked like he was bottled up. There was great pursuit by West Monroe, but then once he cut against the grain, he found a seam, and he turned on the speed, and you just knew that no one was going to catch him. That's the first point that the Lions have scored in almost 2 complete football games against West Monroe.
And that was a 73-yard touchdown run by Lewis Carter for Ouachita. Let's head into the field and check in with Bill Nars. Bill, are you there? Well, Guess you're not. Here comes the extra point try by Blake Buchanan for Ouachita now. His kick is in the air, and that kick is good. We'll return with a score. West Monroe 36, Ouachita 7. This is West Monroe football.
Quality custom.
The top Carter made that, but you know the defenses play well. Just great athletes for Ouachita. Just a great run that time by Carter.
So West Monroe has the football at the 50-yard line as Edward Dade and J.J. Johnson line up back there, and Dade takes it and knocked down at the 49-yard line. I think Justin Folks again is the quarterback for West Monroe.
He is.
So the Rebels get about a yard or so. A flag went down on that play. And it's going to be against Ouachita. I think it may have been too many men on the field.
They had more than 11. That's all you can play with. Lane Welch, Chris Hill, Basil Mayu, Ben Caldwell, Jordan Van in the ball game for West Monroe.
And here's a penalty of 15 yards being assessed against Ouachita. Moves that thing down to the 35-yard line to the Lions. And Justin Folks and company, the fullback is Dade, and the tailback is Latron Morgan now, the 140-pound sophomore for West Monroe.
Well, Frank, it will not be another 2-5A rematch next week. We have just received word that Barb has defeated the Ruston Bearcats 21-14, but Neville continues to press on. They're leading 28-14 over John Arrett, and that was a third quarter score.
How about that? The Cinderella Tigers looking to advance to the third round of the playoffs. Barb will take on West Monroe at West Monroe next week. Here's Folks handing off inside. Fullback has it. Dade breaks a tackle. He's got to go down to the 30, 25, 20. He's still on his feet, cutting back to 15. Dade to the 10. He's to the 5, and he hurdles for the touchdown. Edward Dade hurdling the last 3 yards, and Dade has gone the distance. That is a 35-yard touchdown run by little Edward Dade.
Frank, the play was coming to the right. Edward Dade spun out of the pile, went to the left, then he started running down the field, then he came back to the right, and as you mentioned, dove into the end zone for a score.
Unbelievable run by Dade, and he gives the Rebels 6 more to make it 42-7. Let's go to Bill once again.
Well, maybe the happiest guy on the sideline is Coach Hunt, that offensive line coach, as he gives kudos to them. What a great job they did, but more importantly, what a great job Edward Dade did running the football in daylight. What great balance he had on that touchdown run.
And Frank, I think he almost did a flip when he went into the end zone.
Looked like, who's the old shortstop for the St. Louis Cardinals?
Dale Maxwell?
No, Ozzie.
Ozzie Smith.
Yeah, Ozzie Smith. He used to do that before every game. Here are the Rebels now. Well, the extra point will lead Deal once again. The kick is up. It's good. We'll return 43-7. The Rebels leading. You're listening to West Monroe football. Well, to give the Rebels yet another score. It's still 3 minutes to play in the game.
Well, Frank, initially we saw Tucker, Banks, and J.J. Johnson. Then in the second half, on the last 2 drives, it's been DeMario Taylor and Edward Day with just tremendous runs. The Rebels now have almost 310 yards rushing as we get a chance to watch Edward Day go one more time. And he's about to come to the goal line, Frank, and watch that. He hurdles and flips his way in the end zone.
He really did. Sailing kickoff. Upman's going to pick it up for Ouachita. If he gets a handle on it, finally does, and can be knocked down back around the 18-yard line. Bradley James on the return for Ouachita. The Rebels knock him down to the 18-yard line. Good coverage by West Monroe. Des Abrams, who's played well tonight, and Jared Frost, who's done a great job as well. And Ouachita at the 18. You know, Bill mentioned it. We need to credit this second offensive line that got that touchdown. Well, of course, Dade made the good run, but Lane Welch, the center, Ben Caldwell, Chris Hill, Basil Magoob, and Jordan Van doing a great job up front.
And I'll tell you, another great job by TV17, Sunrise Communications. They do an outstanding job covering these games.
We appreciate them so much. And, of course, you can see this game telecast in its entirety Tuesday night on Cablevision 7, TV17, Sunrise Communications. Charles Black and all the fine crew, all volunteers, and they do a super job.
They really do, and I really enjoy the playbacks on Tuesday evenings.
Ouachita just picked up about 3 yards inside with a fullback. Luke Sanders, the freshman linebacker, makes this tackle along with B.J. Simmons. Clock will run with 2:40 left in the football game. In addition to the Tuesday night show, I invite you to join Don Shows and Jerry Arledge and myself on Thursday night for the Don Shows Coaches Show, and we have coaches and players and some of the highlights from the previous week. Second down play for Ouachita as Garvin takes the ball and gives it again to the fullback. He's going to be stopped across the 25 to 26-yard line. Ouachita will end its season with a record of 8-4 after advancing to the second round of the playoffs. The Rebels are 12-0 after the game tonight, and they will play Barb next week in the third round of the playoffs at West Monroe Rebels Stadium.
They will indeed. It'll be at home at Rebel Stadium. DJ Ernst, Brooks Ship in at the defensive end positions. Luke Sanders, we've talked about him a lot this year, the freshman linebacker in there, along with number 47, David Batson.
Ernst and Shep are sophomores. Sanders, of course, is the freshman. I think Batson's a sophomore. And before the snap of the football, flags are going down this time with 1:43 left in the football game.
That's Big Henry Woods, a defensive tackle. He's just a sophomore, Frank, 5'9", 240 pounds. And he jumped off sides.
Yes, go ahead, Bill.
Down here, Rodney Reed has stepped up behind me, and I tell you what, Rodney, what a great season for LSU, but what about these Rebels tonight?
Well, it's good to finally get back to home to see them. This is the first time I've got to see them play this year, and hopefully they can win it again this year.
All right, guys, call the play. We'll get back down to you.
Quick play here, and about 3 or 4 more yards for Ouachita fullback. Bill, congratulate Rodney and Brady both for the great job LSU's doing. Of course, their season's not over. They go to Little Rock next week to take on the Razorbacks.
Brady, both that y'all have had. Just a big turnaround here for you.
But
we're late in the game and
telling us, to really compete for 60 minutes, and that's been the theme this year is just be consistent. We've done that and kind of showed it.
Ouachita runs the option. Garvin's going to keep the football across the 40, and a good run by Todd Garvin out to the 45-yard line. A first down run by Garvin with 41 seconds remaining in the ball game.
So Ouachita picking up a first down against a lot of the second teamers in there for West Monroe, although Jared Frost and Ron McBeth still in the ball game.
This may be the last play of the game as Ouachita comes to the line of scrimmage at their own 45 with the first down. Garvin has an eye backfield behind him, double tight ends. One wide out goes right, that's Gray. They'll run the option, and Garvin will fake and pitch it out to Carter. He's going to be hit and drop, losing a couple of yards, maybe 3 back around the 47-yard line. Good hit by Justin Folks coming up from that cornerback.
I tell you what, and he delivered a blow to Lewis Carter. Great job by Justin, who just got through playing on the other side of the ball as the quarterback. So that's going to be a tired young man tonight.
And the clock is going to tick down, and the Rebels have defeated Ouachita. It's been a hard-fought football game tonight, but the Rebels pull away late in the game, and register what looks like an easy win, but it was a tough ball game. A lot more, again, we'll say, than the score is going to look like as the Rebels advance to the third round of the playoffs to take on Barb next week at Rebels Stadium in West Monroe. We invite you to stay tuned for our post-game activities as we'll have Don Jazz and Jerry Aldridge and also visit with some of the other victorious West Monroe Rebels. The final score here at Lions Stadium. West Monroe 43, Ouachita 7.